Let's go to your boy Legal. We get a little Legal Mindset today.
I love Legal Mindset.
He is, except when he's talking about who's the one he hates, and he talks like he'll kind of break off of his
Hassan Piker.
Hassan, that's right.
Because that's where he got all gossipy about, you got to understand, like the first world elites, like they have each other's phone numbers. They talk to each other. So Elon Musk is talking to Bezos and saying
he never does.
He never gets into the like what would you call it? Like
speculation,
coffee break room gossip or whatever.
Yeah. He doesn't speculate ever, but when it's Hassan Piker, he's like, I bet you Elon's on the phone going, hey, Jeff, you should get this guy. And then Jeff's on the other line going, that sounds like a good idea, Elon. Maybe I'll do something about that. It's like, that's not something that Andrew does.
It's not Andrew Esquire.
So now we have Andrew Esquire, a.k.a. Legal Mindset, talking about the Raja Jackson thing. And, like, I know that we probably don't need a guy to break down why Raja Jackson is facing 6 years in prison.
What? Why would he be?
But I think it's probably for the best that we have an expert explain it, kind of like we did with that last segment. We'll provide the commentary while a guy tells us the facts of the deal. So if you remember Raja Jackson, he's the MMA fighter. He's Rampage Jackson's kid, and he was invited to some Bush League indie wrestling deal, and he beat the living shit out of an Army veteran wrestler and almost killed him. The guy was in the hospital for a week or two. He had his fucking orbital bone busted. His jaw broke. I mean, he really went through it. Raja Jackson threw like 15 to 20 unguarded punches at an unconscious, what is it, Psycho Stu. Psycho Stu. Which, by the way, not his legal name. Nope. Psycho Stu. But he's just playing a character. So he finally got arrested because it does take some time. They got to build a case. You know, you arrest him. You got to make sure you got something that'll stick. And here's what we found out about the Raja Jackson thing. Let's play a little Legal Mindset. Go ahead and follow, subscribe to Andrew. Oh, like a little Law and Order from the 70s kind of thing.
Yep. It's his style.
Bum, bum.
Jackson faces up to 6 years behind bars as he has been criminally charged. Of course, it's Andrew Esquire, the Legal Mindset we teach you to be your own judge. We're going to get into it today on this one, which I completely...
He had a Celsius before this clip. I can tell because when I drink too much Celsius in the morning, my words, I don't enunciate properly. My words run together because I'm on fucking steroids.
Called, and I'm taking a little bit of a victory lap on this one because the criminal charges were right exactly as I predicted. Now,
this is what I find gross. People are like, oh, you never got into the trial stuff. No, because, like, you lose your humanity in this shit. Like, Andrew's like, yeah, I predicted this right. It's like, could you relax? Like, Psycho Stu's...
A dude damn near died.
Yeah, Psycho Stu's bones haven't settled yet. You know, like, I felt gross talking about that David thing because I'm like, I fucking called it. David killed that chick and blah, blah. It's like, okay, her body was found dismembered in a Tesla trunk, you psychopath. Calm down on the you nailed it thing.
Into what happened, give you guys a little background. Obviously, you know, he had the incident with Psycho Stu. He delivered, it was believed, recorded 10 or 11 strikes.
He punched him so many times, he turned him blurry. It's a horrible thing.
He hit him out of focus.
After Stu was completely out of commission. So even after the guy was completely down, at least 10 or 11, if not more, strikes to the guy, not defended against at all, completely down, had to be pulled off. And that was a major incident. And people investigated it. And I called it then that this would come to a criminal charge. And of course,
hey, guys, Legal Mindset let you know that the guy who pummeled the living shit out of an unconscious person would get charged with a crime. Ladies and gentlemen, Andrew's a steel trap.
Just want to shit on my boy today, don't you?
I like him. I think he does a good job.
I love him. It's fine. You go ahead.
But it is funny to hear someone just fucking wave their dick around. It's like, yeah, the guy almost killed somebody. You typically kind of get charged for that stuff. It's just like, guys, I just want to let you know for the third time in the first minute of this video, including the 20-second intro, I called this.
And some time to
as opposed to those retard lawyers like fat, stupid Sean from Potentially Criminal who said that Raja Jackson should walk, which nobody said he's going to walk.
Nobody said that.
debate this, but we now have what went down. So here's his arrest. Here's the arrest photo over here. Not going to play the video, so it's not copy claimed. But
I'll say this: TMZ doesn't typically copy claim videos. They let you use it as newsworthy,
transformative content, especially if you make it transformative content.
Yeah.
A photo of him being brought off on the morning of the 19th. So, like I said, he was arrested. Roger was formally arrested on the morning of the 19th. He was charged with felony battery with serious bodily harm, one of the ones that I went through. And we're going to go into detail on this, as well as what the penalties are, what the elements are. Does he have a defense? But he has already paid bond, so he's already released. He's already out. And one important thing to remember is that Rampage had previously said that he believes Roger should do some jail time and community service. Now,
thanks, Dad. We could have just not talked about it. That would have been cool, but
instead going, nah, he should get locked up for a bit. That'll help him.
Right.
I'm not going to play the video. I'll do that on my live version. But if you like these short, fast facts, make sure you like the video and you comment below. Loving the fast facts version. But even Rampage, his dad.
God, when nerds get famous, it's awful.
Really?
Yeah. I nailed it. I called it. It's like, all right, a guy got fucking brain damage. Let's take it easy. Hey, I'm going to go through this on my live stream, but these short fast facts videos, aren't these like, hey, you were just getting into the Rampage thing and all that. Could we
pick a lane?
So most people on this want to see him do some jail time. They don't want to see him just walk or get a slap on the wrist. They want to see him do a little bit of time. And let's look at what this would entail. So under the statute, the California statute, under California Penal Code 243, there's battery with serious bodily harm. It's also called aggravated battery. So for brevity, for shortness, we're going to just call it aggravated battery. So this can either be a misdemeanor or a felony. Now, in this case, they have charged him with the felony version. So don't think it's the lightest version. They could have gone even lighter with the charges. Now, what does this mean? What does serious bodily injury mean? It means serious impairment of someone's physical condition, regardless of whether a medical treatment is necessary. So losing a tooth, loss of consciousness, a cut under the eye, broken teeth, wounds to the eyebrow, lips, bone fractures, broken bones, serious disfigurement.
I think old Stu
and bone fractures.
Yeah. I think old Stu got all of these.
Yeah.
I think old Stu.
I don't know. I don't know if he lost the tooth up to its root.
I mean, well, I think if you're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I think if you're batting 800 on these charges, I think you're pretty well fucked.
We have a lot of those actually in this case. So what are the elements? What is required to prove this crime? Well, the first one is to prove that they will.
Ice, wind, fire, water, these elements combined, I become Captain Planet, I believe.
The fifth element is love. I don't know.
Willfully and unlawfully touched the victim in a harmful and offensive manner. Now, this is really easy to prove because willfully means on purpose. It doesn't mean you have to have evil intent in your heart or whatever. It just means, did you touch them on purpose? A touch is any physical contact. So it doesn't matter if you're punching someone and they're wearing a mask and it's through clothing. That doesn't matter. It can be through clothing. So whether it's to the shirt or whatever else, you punch somebody, you touch them, you're going to get this.
We have that on film. So that's a bingo. Was his name-o.
That's a bingo.
As it's got serious bodily harm. We've defined that, right? Once again, going back, loss of a tooth, consciousness, cut under the eye, broken tooth, wounds, lips, bone fractures. We have all of that. The last one is you have no defense. Now, that's very, very important. So what are the defenses? Let's talk about that. First is self-defense. So is there any scenario where this could be self-defense? Well, you need to meet all three elements.
Right.
First, you believe the person has to believe that they are at risk of serious bodily harm. Second, you have to believe the force was necessary to stop the harm. And third, you use no more force than was necessary. So this may have applied. You can make an argument, right? You can make an argument.
It's a choreographed wrestling match.
Actually, it gets worse than that. There was like a preemptive bit, like to amp up the match.
Yeah.
And like
they did a working beer can shot. Yeah.
Right. And as a result of that, like Rampage's son, I think on like a Instagram or Twitter, whatever fucking social media, it's like, oh, I'm gonna kill that mother. Like,
yeah.
like
that's not good.
There's a statement of intent Whether or not you could say, oh, he was acting, he was faking. Right, but then he got in the ring, and that does not look like an act. I don't believe bodily harm.
I'm going to fuck him up. All right, that's...
Yeah. In a fight, right? If you're in a fight, that using some force to stop that fight is enough. Here's the problem. He was unconscious. He was knocked out.
That's usually a good indicator that you're not at risk of serious bodily harm when the other guy's not awake.
Right? If this guy was just completely not able to fight back at all, at that point, you have a duty to stop. At that point, your self-defense, even if that would be an argument, it's not. It's not an argument at all. Because
so you could argue the spine buster initially, not a crime.
Right.
The punches afterwards, problematic.
Completely a crime.
Yeah. Guy is not fighting back when he is out cold. No, sorry, you don't get to keep going. That's when you have to stop. That's use no more force than was necessary. So even if Roger wanted to defend on that, that's not going to work. So self-defense is out. Next, you need to say there's no serious bodily injury. Now, you would need medical testimony for this, an expert. This is not going to fly. He definitely has serious injury. And even it's so serious, it might aggravate it up to another level. We'll talk about that. But definitely he's not going to get off on no serious injury because that's just not, there's no proof that this guy had a minor bump or something like that. No. This is real. The last is if it's an accident. So if you do an accidental touch, like you trip on somebody and then they're harmed, that would not count. So that's,
well, you saw how blurry Psycho Stu was.
Yeah, I tripped, slipped, and landed on several haymakers to his face after he was out.
You see how blurry he is in this shot, Your Honor. I had no idea what I was hitting.
See, I was falling forward and I was trying to stop myself by punching him in the face.
It's the willful part, right? Not on purpose. So if you have an accident, it's not on purpose. So that's where we get that. So yes, this was not an accident. He didn't trip and fall on his face 10 to 11 times. No, he punched him in the face 10 or 11 times after he was clearly not able to fight back. So yeah, that's clearly what happened there. Very brutal. So the sentencing.
I got to say, I appreciate Andrew's analysis of this because he's still going down the road and breaking it down for us like we're apes, because we are. Because like, if we were to make a video on this, like, why could Raja Jackson be found guilty and why could, our response would be like, but just look at the thing. It's like this guy,
but he said,
look at his face. Andrew's like, well, see, here's the statute and here's the thing. And it's just like, but he beat the fuck out of him.
As a misdemeanor, it would be only up to 1 year or $1,000, which is really nothing. That's really a nothing burger. But that's not what they charged him with. They charged him with a felony. A felony is up to 4 years in jail and a maximum fine of $10,000. Now, I know what you're saying. Andrew, I see the title. It says up to 6 years in jail. Is this clickbait? No, it's not. Let's talk about this.
Mostly because 6 years in jail wouldn't be good clickbait. Life, that's a clickbait.
Yeah.
Talk about this. Because the sentencing depends on the severity and criminal history. And there's an exception. If there's what they call great bodily harm, it can go up to 6 years. So that's where we get this.
Andrew would be, if you watch that little dot in this video, he would be a great like karaoke ball bounce guy. He does great bouncing the ball over the words as he reads them.
He's had a lot of practice with his PowerPoints.
It's unrelated to the topic of the video, but still a skill nonetheless that deserves to be announced. Yeah, great bodily harm.
Recognized and acknowledged.
Yeah, great bodily harm definitely applies here. I mean, the guy was fucked up. They said
wasn't he unconscious in the hospital for several days?
Yeah, and they said he was close to death in the ring as well.
Right. So concussion, broken bones, contusion is guaranteed at that point.
Great bodily harm. They can tag on an extra 2 years to the maximum of the felony. So it can go up to 6. What's required for that? Well, a concussion, broken bones, or contusions count. So we have a chance. I'm not 100% on whether any bones were broken. I know they were fractured. But with the concussion and the contusions, that is very much possible. We got to look at the injuries, but that's very much possible here. So yes, it is possible for up to 6 years. So with this, what do I think is going to happen? What's the reality of what's going to happen?
I'm going to give my prediction. This is California, right?
I think so, yeah.
I bet you he gets mental health treatment. I bet you he doesn't go to jail.
That would be disappointing.
I bet they stay a prison sentence and he gets some kind of mental health treatment verdict or a settlement. They'll do a guilty plea, and he'll have to go get some kind of mental health treatment and anger management and shit. It's California. They ain't throwing anybody in jail.
Just like, dude, come on. I would hope he gets 4 years, like, just for that alone. Like, the 6 would be ideal, but I don't know, man. I'm kind of really like, like, what was it? Rampage said that he doesn't throw the blame entirely on his son because his son shouldn't ever have been in that situation. Like,
I agree.
They signed him. But here's my thing, like, yeah, but we live in 2025, and if you don't know what wrestling is, whether or not you're ready to handle that kind of stuff, you chose to do that. It's not real, like, scripted and reality tweaked, absolutely, but not real. And it's just, you took it to Real Town.
To Real Town? Is that where?
I was going to say you took it to street level.
I've never been to Real Town.
Yeah,
it's right next to Flavor Town.
Is it?
Guy Fieri can give you a ride. Yeah.
Okay. I'll get an Uber from Guy. Is it near Lazy Town where the washerwoman washes her clothes?
Oh, God.
Well, remember, he's a first-time offender. So, yes, he could face up to 6 years, and it's always possible that they want to give him a harder sentence because they want to make sure they're not light on crime, et cetera, et cetera. It's always possible. They could look at the video and say, hey, look, this was really bad. Shouldn't have done this. We're going to put this up to...
I don't think he's going to jail. Let's see what Andrew says. Come on.
A greater amount. However, I do think that he's probably not going to get more than a year or two maximum in prison. I do think it's a first-time offense. They're not going to throw them away and put him in the jail cell and throw away the key. I think he's going to get that, at least definitely some community service. You could, of course, see it as low as a couple months. You could even see probation, but I don't think that up to 6 years is going to necessarily happen. So yes,
I think it's going to be mental health treatment, anger management treatment, probation, and a stayed jail sentence. It's California, dude. I don't think they're going to throw him in jail.